Hi guys, welcome back to my video. I'm going to today do a run through of my hamsters I've had in the last 2 years. All adoptions apart from Daryl, he was bought, and all owned individually apart from Benji and Daryl that I kept for around 2 months at the same time. This is Daryl. He was a male Roborosky hamster, super friendly unless you tried to pick him up or pet him, and then he would nip you. He was never vicious, never drew blood when he bit. It was always a warning. If you had food, he'd love you. You give him seeds, he would hand feed very happily, but apart from that, he didn't really want anything to do with us, apart from obviously the food, and when I had to try to force him into a ball so I could clean out his cage, because this is the only way I could do it. And I had him for about 2 years before he passed away, sadly. Towards the end, he very much gave up. I was forced to spoon feed him baby food, but unfortunately that didn't work, and he passed away after 2 years asleep in his favourite house. The second hamster I had, this is Benji. I bought him when we don't exactly know his age. The shop thinks he was between a year to a year and a half old. I only had him, sadly, for about 6 to 8 weeks, but in that 6 to 8 weeks, he was so friendly, loved cuddles, loved to be out the cage. He would never try to run off when he was out the cage. He just always wanted to be close to me and cuddled up, and generally being the sweet, friendly hamster that he was. He was my only long-haired Syrian, which you can see in some of the pictures. His bum fluff was pretty amazing, but also a bit of a mess, and he sadly passed away again in his sleep. This sweet girl is Houdini, very true to her name. She escaped a few times while I had her. She was a female, and I had her for about 9 to 12 months. She was about 6 to 8 months when I got her, so she had a good lifespan. She was blind, and because she was blind, she was so clumsy, always climbing up things to fall off of things. She was very greedy. She would eat her food and her treats and then sit by her bowl looking for more, acting like she didn't have any food at all. But apart from that, she was very sweet. This little hamster is called Mr. Snookums. She was, I believe she was she was very friendly. She preferred my partner to me. She didn't really want much to do with me, but I did manage to hand train her a little bit. She again was an adoption, so I didn't have her for very long, about 4 months, and she was about 9 months when I got her, so she wasn't old at all. The hamster that I've got at the moment, she's still with us. Her name is Chicken Nugget. Now, I don't know a lot about this hamster. I did adopt her, but she was only in a home before me for 4 weeks, so she was still a baby, and she was very small when I got her. She, I would say, is stubborn, and she is moody, and she would do things on her own terms, but apart from that, she is friendly, she is hand trained, and she will come out of the cage for me. Now, this little hamster wasn't actually my hamster. This is Skittles. I did live with her for around 2 months before she passed away. This is my partner's hamster. She was purchased, she was not adopted. She was a bit of a Houdini, actually. She would escape her cage on a few times, and her favourite place was to hide was under the bed, which she thought she can get away with it, but we knew always, my partner always knew where to find her, and it would be under the bed chewing up the carpet. But she was super friendly, super sweet, always liked to be out of her cage and to be cuddled and to be given lots of treats. She was a greedy hamster. So I hope you've enjoyed this run through of my hamsters, and If you want any more information on any of my hamsters, or you want more details on any of my hamsters, do drop a comment below and I will either make a more in-depth video about each hamster, or I will try to answer your questions the best I can. And that's all for today, guys, and I'll see you next time.